And we're going to start with a family of 6 verbs. Choose, break, wake, speak, steal, and freeze. Now, these are a family of verbs because there are similarities in their irregular forms. So we've got choose, chose, chosen, break, broke, broken, wake, woke, woken, speak, spoke, spoken, steal, stole, stolen, freeze, froze, and frozen. So do you see in the past form, in the past participle of each of these verbs, we find the O sound. Now this is the same sound that you hear in Rolling Stones, or Pinocchio's nose grows, or my own home. Now don't be confused by my accent. If you heard the Queen sing that, it would sound a bit like this.
My own home.
So this is the O sound, or the O sound, which is represented phonetically by this symbol. Anyway, the important thing here is that these 6 verbs belong to a family, since their past forms and their past participle forms have similarities in spelling and pronunciation. And it can be a good idea for students to learn all of the members of an irregular verb family together. Well, how do we do this? Well, we could put a poster on the wall like this. And then whenever one of the verbs comes up in class, whenever there's a problem, we get them to chant freeze, froze, frozen, break, broke, broken, wake, woke, woken, etc, etc, etc. Another idea, we could take the 6 words, let's say the 6 past forms, and we could prepare a little text that incorporates them and use that in some way. Or even better, we could give our students those 6 words and ask them to create their own text. But in this clip, I want to show you how it's possible to find 18 very short texts which are autonomous in meaning and visually supported. Have a look at this. Now all of these images, these 18 images, came from Amazon.com or Amazon.co.uk. That's the online bookshop. And this is a fantastic resource for finding great examples, short examples of the specific words or vocabulary items that we want to teach our learners in class. So to do this, first thing, let's go to the website www.amazon.co.uk here. Select books, and then in the search window type in the word you're looking for. In this case we're going to put in freeze. On the right hand side click on go, and then we're told that for this word there are 1,263 results. There's how to freeze everything, then there's will it freeze. Here's why don't penguins' feet freeze, but there's a big problem here. there's a function which allows you to browse some of the pages in the book, and that function is called Look Inside. Do you see that at the top? Whenever you find an image of a book cover that says Look Inside, you can't use it, so forget it and just keep going on. So let's scroll down with freeze ahead, terminal freeze, keep going until we find something we like, go on to the second page if necessary, and here's Why Don't Penguins' Feet Freeze. This time it doesn't have the search inside, so I'm going to click on the title, then I'm given the option to see larger image. I'll click on that. There's the big image, that's what I want. So I want to save that to my hard drive. Right click on the image, select Save Image As. Now I want to rename it, give it the same title as the book. Why Don't Penguins' Feet Freeze? And save it, or guardar if your computer's temperamental and sometimes comes out in Spanish. And there it is, in my images. So I get 18 images, 18 short texts, each containing a contextualized example of a target word. So how do we use this with our learners? Well, here's an idea. The first thing to do is give your students the 18 verb forms. You could dictate them or just give them a list. Freeze, froze, frozen, choose, chose, chosen, etc. And tell them that they're going to see 18 images, and in each case one of the words is covered up and they have to identify the word. So here's the slideshow again, and in these cases the words are covered up. So get your students not just to identify the words, but to copy down the whole title. So here they should write how to choose, if that's what they think it is, the sex of your baby. How to speak dog. They should write down the entire title. Of course, you should make use of the pause function here to give your students enough time for each book cover. And of course, turn down the sound so that they can't hear me rabbiting on. And then the next stage is to let them compare their answers with each other before showing them the original slideshow without the words covered up. And of course, make sure you drill them in each case. Drill pronunciation of all the book titles. So that's how to use Amazon to create lesson plans. There's really no limits here. You can use it to find great examples of almost anything, and it's not just individual words and pieces of vocabulary. You can use it to find grammar patterns. If I type in been, I can look for examples of the present perfect continuous, who's been eating my porridge. If I type in where, I can look for question forms containing that word. So the only problem with this technique is that if you have an account with Amazon, it starts to offer you some very strange stuff. Think like your horse. Overcoming low self-esteem. Okay, bye.